Hi guys, this is Riccardo from Exarchive, and today I'm going to show you the single layers that make this Diablo sequence we have used as a canvas for a sound redesign. I'm also going to show a couple of, I think, interesting layers as well, like for example the Gregorian chants and the whisper layer. Okay, so first let's hear the different sequences and groups of the sounds, which are the calling the spear section, the spell section of the reel, the impact, which is actually made with two groups, the impact and the metal part of the spear falling from the sky. This one is the impact. And this one is the metal part. And then Imperius taking the spear out from the ground. Last one is the debris part. Okay, I'm going to quickly let you hear every single layer that makes these groups. Just a sub that makes a backbone for the spell. A metallic reverse that makes the airy, the noisy part of the spell. And here's the Gregorian chants and the whisper. That probably is the most interesting, I think, part of the sound, because we have the idea of using the Gregorian chants that we recorded for another job we had about the Divine Comedy. And we had these takes that we choose to use for designing this kind of a spiritual, angelic vibe to the spell. Here we used, just compression, equalization, and phaser plus delay to sweeten the sound a bit and add some movement to it. This is the phaser, and here the delay. Plus, in addition, I layered some whispers to the Gregorian chants to add a creepy, a mysterious and unsettling kind of vibe to the sort of an evil touch, to the Gregorian chants. And this is just the whispers. Then a couple of layers from our library, which is Alchemy of Blades. And it's just, kind of a synth scrape. So just something that gives a kind of a grainy texture to the sound. Then a few thunder layers, which have been used because, the spell triggers an actual thunder and the spear falling from the sky. So I decided to implement a thunder also in the actual casting of the spell. And then a couple of layers of actual thunder in the scene. Everything all together. This is pretty much the same layers, just rearranged in, in another way. Different offsets, different editing and pitching and so. And now to the impact part of the sequence. This group is the backbone of the impact, and the next one is the metallic part and ringing of the impact. Okay, so this is just a sub, a big plate, the anvil, which also makes the transient, is one of the main transients of the impact. The explosion, which is another transient. The dirt impact, which is another transient as well, but with the super punchy component that we need. So this is how the three transients sound together. And this is another two metallic components that I decided to group here as well. A bullet impact. And this one that acts as a sweetener as well. And now to the metal part of the sound. So let's start from the first one, which is the most noisy component here, I think. This super compressed and distorted saber stab. This is another super noisy component, in fact. And now another transient, which is the hammer hit, which is the main metallic transient here. This one which acts as a kind of a metal mass, you know, that blends well with everything else. Well, this resonance along with this resonance are the kind of things you expect to hear when something big, you know, and metallic falls from the sky. You expect to have that, you know, that wing, that metallic ringing going on. And then the last two layers are just, you know, metal debris. Which is a messy layer that makes you think there's some debris moved by the spear when it's on the ground. And lastly, just build up for when Imperius takes the spear out of the ground. With some crystallizer on it. And now to the last group, which is the debris. There isn't much to say about the debris, to be honest. We just have a rocky impact, which we need. Oops. Another super transient of the sound. And the other ones are just, you know, metal and rock debris, which are needed to give you the vibe of the spear, you know, thrust into the ground. Let's hear everything all together. Okay, let's wrap it up with a couple of conclusions. I don't think it's a complex design, to be honest. It's just mixing and matching of basic layers that have to be matched using the right pitches for each layer, I think. Yeah, it's just matching the right pitches for every layer, you know, basically thinking like a chord. And aside from a few maybe more complex layers, it's just pitching, compression, equalization, which are the maybe 70 or 80% of the work, I think, as a sound designer. And that's it, really. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye.